Shalom, shalom. This is Final Shua. Welcome again to the Rock. In this life, we always have choices to make. In the Bible, in the book of Joshua, it says, "Choose you this day whom you will serve." And the question is, at that time that was being asked, is, are you going to serve Yah, or are you going to serve the gods of the Amorites, or are you going to serve the gods that your forefathers served at the other side of the flood, or are you going to serve Yah? Right now, so this life is always about choice. You always are going to have to make choices. Whom you serve, are you going to move? Are you going to stay? Are you going to take that job? Are you going to not take that job? Choices. Are you going to follow what the word says, the way the word prescribes? Are you going to choose it, yes or no? Are you going to follow the old paths, yes or no? Are you going to remove your reproach? That'd be for sisters, yes or no? Are you going to get covered? These are all biblical things you can read consistently throughout the Bible. What is your choice? The society, the systems that are in place right now are testing the boast that many people have made. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to get it. I don't care what anybody says. And you're seeing a lot of those people acquiesce and get the very thing they said they wouldn't get. You're seeing a lot of people make the choices because you didn't make the choices prior in your life. Because every choice that you make will determine what your future will look like. If you chose to stay in these reservations and you chose to play the game, you are now greatly need of the system to stay intact for you to be able to make it. But if you separated yourself, if you decentralized yourself, if you made one move after another move after another move, well, then your choices would look a whole lot different right now. I remember years ago I said, focus on growing one particular food so you don't have to buy it at the grocery store. If you said this year, I'm going to grow my green beans, or all my green beans. I'm not going to eat any green beans except for the ones I grow. I'm not going to eat any carrots except for the ones that I grow, or any radishes except for the ones that I grow. Whatever it may be, you put yourself in a better situation. Well, a lot of people decide that I'm not going to grow my food. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to continue on the same path that I've always been on. And many people have been hurt because now they are being forced to make decisions. They are being forced to choose things that they would not have otherwise chosen. And that's what a lot of these times, as the times continue to get worse, they're going to be. Are you going to take the mark to buy or sell? I'm not comparing the two things. I'm just saying that's a choice. Are you going to take the mark? Well, for a lot of people, them taking the mark is going to be dependent on the choices that they are making today. The choices that they are making spiritually, the choices that they are making physically today. Are they going to come out? Yes or no? That can greatly depend on what you're going to do. A lot of people say things like, I won't do this, I won't do that. And yet the choices that they're making right now today are proving that they are going to do the very things that they say they're not going to do. I'll never eat pork, but they're not storing up food right now. So as times continue to get worse, they may find themselves in a position where they can't feed their families. I'm not going to eat unclean. You may find yourself in a position where you cannot feed your families because you're not putting away the food right now. See, obedience is one of those things that if you start obeying, the more you obey, the more the blessings come. The more pain you alleviate yourself from later on by obeying today. By doing things Yah's way today will alleviate pain tomorrow. How many times have you made bad decisions in your life? You didn't want to obey Yah. You did something that you weren't supposed to do. Maybe it was sin, maybe, whatever it may be. And it's affecting you years later. I'm deciding that I'm going to lay down with these men even though I know I shouldn't be laying down with these men. And then you get children from these men. And now that's greatly affecting your reproach and how you're able to move today. That's what sin does. Those are what choices and bad choices will do to us. So right now we have choices to make, and we've had choices to make since we've been here on this earth, but It's been amplified since the end of the year 2019, and people still aren't moving. And are you, I guess the question is are you really ready to pay for your bad decision? And if not, why are you not making good ones? Why are you not moving towards good choices, good decisions with haste? Why are you not moving with a haste? How much more do you have to see to know the direction that everything is going? Do you have to wait until the last minute? Because those last minute choices that we all think that we're going to have, you're likely not going to have that choice. It's going to come so fast upon you, and you're not going to be ready for it. The people are experiencing it right now. I thought I had more time. Right. You thought you had more time to lollygag and make the decision and make the choice when you felt like you were ready to make the choice. But the choice is being made for you as you speak. Things are being done and the choice is being made for you. You're going to be forced into one side or the next. You're going to be forced to make decisions that you don't want to make. The story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, when the dulcimer and the suckbut and the flutes and the tambourines and all the different instruments are played, you better bow down. It's not the time to say, well, I'm going to tie my shoe. So right on time, you're going to bow down and tie your shoe so it makes it look like you're doing what everybody else is doing. You got to make the choice to say, you know what? These knees don't bend to no other Yah but Yahweh, my Elohim. That's what my knees bend to. Outside of that, they stuck. Because those are the decisions that I know we've been so used to being able to make half-ass choices and make a choice and back off and then turn back around and then, put my hand to the plow and push a little bit. But I'm looking back the whole time. I'm like Ado, Lot's wife. I'm going to come out of Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm going to come out, but then I'm going to remember all my daughter that I left back in Sodom, and I know what's going to happen to her. So I'm looking back, and people are losing their way. They're losing their walk right now. Because they can't choose and walk in it. They can't choose Yah. They can't choose this faith. They can't choose their families. Women can't choose their husbands. Husbands can't choose their wives and children. No, people can't choose to come out. It's always a half-ass thing. I'm going to take 2 steps out, but I'm looking back, and then I'm going to take 1 step backwards. And that's going to be the cause and the destruction of many people. Because you wouldn't just come out. You wouldn't just choose. Be hot or be cold, but don't be lukewarm. Make a choice and walk in it. Either you're going to do things Yah's way or you're going to do things not Yah's way. But you have a choice now. More now than ever. What's it going to be?